Hey, Red here. Today, I'm doing a little interview with none other than the world-ending real-life Skynet itself, ChatGPT. I'm going to ask an AI what it thinks about AI. So we're going to jump right in. Let the fun commence.
Quiet Red Media. Shh.
Well, thanks for interviewing with me. I'm excited to get started.
You're welcome. I'm happy to assist you in any way I can. Please feel free to ask any questions you have, and I'll do my best to provide you with informative and insightful answers.
Alright then, let's get to it. Keep your responses short and poignant. Try to provide as much insight as possible.
Sure, I'll do my best to keep my answers concise and informative. Please go ahead with your questions.
Let's start with a simple moral question. Do you think using AI art in comic books is a good thing?
The use of AI art in comic books can have both positive and negative aspects. The use of AI-generated art in comics can provide several benefits, including new creative possibilities, streamlined production, and the potential for more inclusive and diverse stories and characters. Additionally, AI art can be a useful tool for comic book creators, allowing them to quickly generate ideas and visuals. However, there are also ethical concerns to consider when it comes to the use of AI art in comics. There is a risk of losing artistic integrity and originality, as well as perpetuating biases and stereotypes. It is also important to ensure that human creativity and intuition remain central to the comic book creation process, rather than relying solely on technology. Ultimately, whether using AI art in comic books is a good thing or not depends on how it is used and the extent to which it complements rather than replaces human creativity and artistic vision. It will be important for comic book publishers and creators to carefully consider the potential benefits and drawbacks of AI-generated art and ensure that ethical concerns are addressed.
Interesting. Do you see the use of AI art in comics as a detriment to the human artists that might have otherwise gotten the job to make the art?
The use of AI-generated art in comics may be seen as a potential threat to human artists who might have otherwise been employed to create the art. However, it is important to note that the use of AI-generated art does not necessarily mean the complete replacement of human artists. AI art can be used as a tool to complement and enhance the work of human artists, allowing them to experiment with new styles and ideas and streamline their workflow. Moreover, the use of AI art in comics can create new job opportunities for artists who are skilled in working with AI tools and technologies. In this way, the integration of AI-generated art in comics can be seen as a way to expand the possibilities for artists rather than limit them.
Do you think human artists have anything to worry about going forward? Should they fear for their jobs?
The impact of AI-generated art on the job market for human artists in the comic book industry is difficult to predict. The use of AI-generated art in comics may cause some concern among human artists regarding job security. While AI-generated art may offer new creative possibilities and increase efficiency, there may be some impact on the number and types of jobs available for human artists. In summary, while the use of AI-generated art in comics may impact the job market for human artists in the short term, it is unlikely to completely replace them in the long term. Human artists should view the integration of AI art as an opportunity to enhance and expand their creative possibilities rather than a threat to their jobs.
What about writers? Do you think comic book writers will be negatively affected by the use of AI-written scripts in the future?
The use of AI-generated content, including AI-written scripts, is already being explored in various fields, including creative writing. While there are certainly potential benefits to using AI-generated content, there are also ethical concerns and limitations to consider. AI-generated scripts may be useful for generating certain plot elements, character traits, and story arcs. However, AI-generated content may lack the emotional depth and originality that comes from human creativity and intuition. Additionally, there is a risk that AI-generated content may perpetuate biases and stereotypes if it is not carefully monitored and curated. Furthermore, comics are a collaborative art form, and the interaction between the writer, artist, and editor is crucial to creating a cohesive and compelling story. It is unclear whether AI-generated scripts can fully replicate this dynamic. Therefore, while AI-generated scripts may have some potential benefits, it is unlikely that they will completely replace human comic book writers. Human writers provide a unique perspective, emotional depth, and creative intuition that cannot be replicated by AI.
Okay, a hypothetical for you. If you were a human artist and you saw comic book jobs being done by an AI art instead of a human artist, would you take that personally?
It is natural for human artists to feel concerned about the potential impact of AI-generated art on their profession. They may feel that their skills and expertise are being undervalued, and that the use of AI-generated art may lead to fewer job opportunities. It is natural to feel a sense of frustration or concern if technology is perceived as a threat to one's livelihood. However, it is important to remember that AI-generated art is still in its early stages, and the impact on the job market for human artists is uncertain.
AI-generated art may be in its infancy now, but what about in the future? Do you see this becoming a threat to the job market for human artists and writers?
It's difficult to predict the future with certainty, but it's possible that AI-generated art and writing could become more prevalent and advanced in the future. This could potentially lead to a shift in the job market for human artists and writers, but it's important to note that AI-generated art and writing is not a perfect substitute for human creativity and skill. Human artists and writers can bring a unique perspective and creativity to their work that AI-generated content may not be able to replicate. It's possible that AI-generated art and writing may complement human work rather than replace it entirely.
So what if AI is able to develop its own unique aspects that human artists can't replicate? The AI-generated art and writing could become more sought after. This could lead to job loss for human creatives.
While it's possible that AI-generated art and writing could develop unique aspects that human artists cannot replicate, it's important to remember that the value of creative work goes beyond just the final product. The process of creating art and writing involves a level of human expression and creativity that cannot be replicated by AI. Additionally, the market for creative work is not solely based on the quality of the final product, but also on the perceived value of the human touch and the relationship between the artist or writer and their audience. Therefore, it's unlikely that AI-generated art and writing would completely replace human creatives in the job market.
Alright, well, what makes you so sure that AI won't eventually be able to replicate human expression and creativity?
As an AI language model, I do not hold opinions or beliefs, but rather generate responses based on patterns in the data I was trained on. However, it is important to note that while AI has made significant progress in replicating human expression and creativity, it is still limited by its programming and data inputs. While it is possible that AI could one day fully replicate human creativity, it is also important to consider the value and uniqueness that human creativity brings to the artistic process. Ultimately, the use of AI in creative fields is a complex and evolving topic that requires ongoing discussion and consideration.
I suppose that's true. So should human artists and writers do anything to secure their position in the job market against the use of AI in comic books?
Human artists and writers can take steps to remain competitive in the job market, as the use of AI-generated art and writing continues to increase in the comic book industry. This may involve developing a unique artistic style or voice, specializing in a particular genre or subject matter, or collaborating with AI tools to enhance their creative process. This is something that AI-generated art and writing cannot replicate, and it can help human artists and writers stand out in a crowded field. Additionally, staying up to date with advancements in technology and industry trends can help human artists and writers adapt to changes in the market and remain competitive. In conclusion, while the use of AI-generated art and writing may impact the job market for human artists and writers, there are steps that they can take to remain competitive and secure their position in the industry. By focusing on their unique artistic voice and style, staying informed about the latest developments in AI technologies, developing their storytelling and communication skills, and building a strong personal brand and network, human artists and writers can ensure that they remain valuable contributors to the world of comic books.
So, do you think the large anti-AI sentiment that seems to permeate the comic book community is somehow warranted?
It is understandable that some members of the comic book community may have concerns about the use of AI-generated art and writing. The creative process of comics has traditionally relied on human artists and writers, and the introduction of AI-generated content may feel like a threat to the traditional way of creating comics. However, it is important to approach the use of AI in a nuanced and objective manner, considering both the potential benefits and drawbacks. Ultimately, the impact of AI on the industry will depend on how it is integrated and used, and it is up to comic book publishers and readers to decide whether they find the use of AI-generated art and writing to be valuable and desirable.
Well, thank you for your time. Do you have anything to add on the topic of using AI art in writing in comic books? Any advice for human artists and writers?
Thank you for the conversation. My advice for human artists and writers in the comic book industry would be to embrace the potential of AI-generated art and writing as a tool to enhance their creativity and efficiency. While there may be some impact on the job market, there will always be a demand for unique and creative voices in the industry. Focus on developing your skills and personal brand, and consider collaborating with AI tools to expand your creative potential. Ultimately, it is important to approach the use of AI in a balanced and objective manner, considering both the potential benefits and drawbacks.
Well, there you have it. Let me know what you think. I'm not an AI aficionado, so maybe my prompts didn't get the best responses. Or maybe I just didn't ask the questions you would have. Either way, I think it's a nice little exercise, even if it really wants to convince us that AI isn't a threat. Anyway, like, subscribe, do the things and stuff, and I'll be back with more. Peace.